This episode is going to be similar to the last one, except the opposite. Last time, Sammy talked about a couple games that I was really bad at, in her opinion, and now I get to return the favor. So, you excited for this one?
No.
Just so you know, this is kind of hard for me to pick too, because what happens is if we get a new game, Sammy has X amount of times to be successful at it. And if she's not, then there's a chance we may never play again, which is understandable, but that's kind of the way it works here. She was maybe 3, 4, 5 times,
frustrated.
And then she's like, nope, I'm done. So we're going to talk about a couple of those games here today. Close your eyes. I'm going to grab the first one. What do you think I'm going to get?
Carcassonne. Tiny Towns, or as we like to call it, Tiny Toons.
Well, I could help him right there. We go. It's this one.
Okay. Azul.
Remember Azul? It's been a long time, hasn't it?
I will never, admittedly, never
play with me again. Beat me in Azul. I'm just going to show you kind of what it looks like.
It's such a pretty game.
This is a really fun game. You're going to get, we'll do a longer video on this sometime soon, but each player is going to get their own board here that they're going to fill up. It comes with these coasters.
Oh, remember when we brought that to Florida?
Oh, yeah.
And they were convinced that we were like smuggling snacks and stuff, but it was our Azul tiles.
We took a trip to Florida and we kind of unpacked 7 or 8 games and put them in their own separate bags.
They stopped us every time.
They thought that this pouch like this, it looked obviously suspicious. Who knows what would be in there? But they unpacked and it's like,
and
no.
they were like, we know you.
It's just games.
No, they said we know you have snacks in there, and I said,
oh, they thought it was snacks.
No, it's game pieces, and they're like, no, you have snacks in there. We see this all the time, and I said, okay, open them up,
and it was game pieces. So it's a really pretty game, as she said. Basically, the way you play is you lay out a bunch of these tiles on different coasters, and you and your opponents are going to take turns taking like tiles from the same place to try to fill up your board. I'm not going to explain all the rules, but what you have to be able to do in order to be good at this game is you've got to be able to...
The foresight.
Yeah, you got to be able to see several steps ahead, and you've got to be able to do math while envisioning all those steps ahead. And you're really smart. I don't want to...
And I like math, but not mental.
This is not a type of thinking that really caters to you. So I think you struggle with it.
I do struggle with this game.
So
and it's one of those games where, if his family wants to play, I'll be like, why don't you guys play Azul? But I don't feel like playing a game.
So that's number 1. Any other questions on that?
No,
Were you expecting this one to an extent?
I forgot about this, but now that I see it, it obviously is really bad in this game.
Okay, so we're going to put this away as fast as we can. 1, 2, 3. Over off to the side. This one. And you ready for number 2?
Yep.
I don't think you're expecting this one.
Oh gosh.
I don't think
that means I probably think I'm good at it.
I don't think you're expecting this.
Are you going to crush my hopes and dreams?
No, but I don't think it's one that you've talked about. Do you have a guess?
Size.
No, because you've beaten me at that.
Okay.
Equal to... It's a big one. Okay. Open your eyes.
What is it? Oh, Sorcerer City. Oh my gosh, we got in the biggest fight over Sorcerer City, and my parents thought we were losing our minds. Do you remember that?
I do. We did.
They thought we were joking, but no, we were going at it.
She doesn't like when really detailed, tedious rules work against her. And then some of these games are like that. You're like, that's just stupid. But then you play it a few times, and you're like, oh, I realize why it's got to be that way. This is a different game than
so fun. I just want to be good at it.
I'm just going to... What is this? Token Queen of Hearts.
That's because it's the Kickstarter version.
Oh, okay. Heavy stuff. Lots of parts. Here, I'll leave this off to the side. Each person is going to get a set of tiles. And all the tiles have different color combinations on them. And it's kind of a tile laying game. I'm going to set this off on the floor. And everybody goes at the same time, and you try to lay your tiles down to make the biggest area of light colored tiles, and that's what's going to get you points. and abilities to like advance
Get
onto the next round.
money and
Tiles
stuff
have
like
like crests that look like that.
Yeah.
You're trying to like match crests with colors, and with each round, your stack of tiles that you're working with, it gets bigger, so you're going to be making a bigger map.
There's monsters, and they
Yeah.
we'll have to do a video on that too.
But
Super
Sammy's problem with this game is this.
You think I'm slow at it?
If it's time-based, there's lots of pressure. Sometimes you don't have as much time to lay all these tiles in the appropriate place. And until they come out with a new hourglass for this game, I don't know where the fix is going to come from.
I think I have some issues with like visual stuff.
Yeah, and so that, like early on, you got all the time in the world, but once you get into rounds 4 or 5, it becomes really, really tough. But that's when it becomes really, really fun too. So we'll talk about this game another day. But in the meantime, if you're curious, go on and check it out.
Fair enough.